Here's an observation I had during my Nonstop Keeper Camp this weekend. I had 24 goalkeepers in. Most of them came with their parents because they're between 10 and 18 years old. Some did not have their parents in, but quite a few of them did. So here's a takeaway. I saw a huge difference in the way that Norwegian kids are raised. Some go completely on their own. They're around 15, 16-year-old. They travel maybe 6 hours to get to the camp. They stay overnight at a hotel alone. And they are extremely independent. Then there are others that travel with their mom or dad, which are around 16 years old as well. And their mom or dad is around them and the camp all the time. They are almost with them on the pitch because they get so close and they're so into what's going on that they are literally like forcing themselves in the situation almost, and not really giving their kid a lot of space and room to just be themselves, be free, and to enjoy the goalkeeping that they're there for. I'm not saying that they interrupt, but it's more like a focus thing where I knew from my growing up that if my dad stood behind the goal and really just tried to give me messages and talk to me, I always looked for that confirmation or that sort of communication with him throughout the match. And I spoke with him because I wanted to know, oh, what do you think? Okay, what should I do? And sometimes I didn't want that at all, but he might have still been there. I'm not saying that he did that a lot. That was just a few occasions. But I remember that those things, they really took my focus away. They really took my focus away. Like, the parents might think that, hey, yeah, like, I'm trying to be there for my kid. I want to, like, show my presence. I want to give the kid everything I got while I'm there. But remember that if you're a parent as well, like, you're not a coach. So if you hand your kid over to an academy, most likely you won't even be able to enter. You won't be able to get close because the coaches are the ones that will give the feedback and coach and help the kids out on the pitch. And then the parents will do things off the pitch, and actually parents, not coach. But I saw a huge discrepancy and a huge difference in how dependent on the parents a few kids was. And I think if the parents are just present all the time and just there and fills the water bottle, asks questions for you, you remove the independency. When you're getting older, at some point you're going to be in your own either way. So I believe that it's better at an early age to start letting your kid be more independent, make their own choices, make their own mistakes and own them. And don't just walk around holding their hand all the time, afraid of them stepping out of line, making a mistake, saying something dumb. Because that's going to happen and it's natural. And it's okay. So what I'm trying to say here is that there's such a big difference. Because I see those kids that come without their parent, they travel a long way. They're just really safe and confident in themselves, while the ones that are more dependent on their parents being around, I see them, they need that reinsurance all the time. They need that confirmation that, oh, I'm going to do this. Yes, you're going to do this. I just told you that. Or is this the correct way of doing it? While if they paid attention, they would know that, yes, this is the right way of doing it. Compared to a few others that just go off of what they just learned. They try and then they make a bet. Hey, okay, maybe it isn't right, but I'm going to try either way. So if I make a contrast, we had a kid from Lithuania join us. His dad was a former Lithuanian national team goalkeeper coach. He played in Russia, played professional for several years. And the way he raises his kid is very different. So his kid was also at the camp, 9 years old. He just told me when he showed up at day one, basically, that, hey, when will you guys be done today? I said around 4 o'clock. Perfect. Is it okay if I drop my son off now and I will come back later and pick him up after the session? I said, no problem. I'll take care of him, and we're gonna make sure that he's in safe hands. I got a message later on that, hey, David, it's gonna take a bit longer. Could you perhaps bring him to the hotel? I said, of course, yes, no problem. And there he is, 9-year-old kid, never been to Norway, with only strangers, and his dad is confident enough in his son that he's gonna do what he's supposed to do, and he's gonna just be himself, and he's confident in himself enough to just be in this new environment, and he's gonna get help from us because we're the coaches, we're the ones that's leading the event. And I brought him back to the hotel. The kid just looked out of the window, enjoyed the view while we were driving, spoke a bit in English because he don't know Norwegian naturally. But that that confidence it gives a kid like that to just go out there and try, be without his dad for a while, and then his dad is gonna come back, he's gonna be there, of course. But there are times when it's just better to step out a bit, let your kid be by themselves and just enjoy themselves, learn alone by or from someone else, and just, let them. I don't think that's a bad thing. I really like that independence it creates from the child. And I think that's going to benefit the child in the long run, to just make sure that they feel confident in their own skin, make sure that they trust themselves enough that, hey, if I am alone, I know I can do it, and I'm gonna make sure that I'll be fine. So stop just holding their hand, push them, get them out of there, and let them be a bit on their own. Let them make their own mistakes, learn from them, and then grow. That's gonna create independent, strong, and confident kids.